Okay, so I kind of messed things up the other day, and I did a stream, but I screwed up my audio. So for the whole second half of the video, I was not sending audio, which was kind of a disaster. Um, the other thing that's been happening is I've just been like super busy with work and stuff. So I'm gonna try and do a little stream here. I don't know how long I'll go, but let me see if I can get a little music started in the background. I've been digging these EDM tracks off of Heller, what's his name? Heller. Oh crap, can't remember his name right now. Let me see. Anyway, license-free background music for streaming, which is really cool. Totally love it. I'll just load some tracks here. Playlist. Get that to show up in the background here. Yeah. Do we have it? I don't hear anything yet. All right, let's play this. I'm screwing up my media player. I don't know. Can I figure this out? What's going on? There we go. All right, and we'll spin up the little game here. So, as I said, I did a stream over the weekend and messed up the audio for the whole second half, and so I was gonna upload it, but then I decided just to not do it. So we'll figure out where I left off. I don't think I actually got any accomplishments in that session, so I probably am not gonna go back and worry about it too much. But we'll just take a look where we are. The idea here is that I'm going for my speedrun, 100% of Steam achievements for the game and 1,000 days of in-game play. I'd love to get $1 trillion in cash. I don't actually know if that's possible within 1,000 days. I'm already at day 682 and I've got $6 billion. Could I make $994 billion in the remaining 318 days? Maybe, but I don't feel too super optimistic about that. Let's just check on the achievements. So I'm on day 682 right now. Where did I leave off? I left off on day 648. And so I think, yeah, the things that I got in the meantime all had to do with the research project. So I got the full investment of Fusion Power Plant, which opens up the Fusion framework for me, which I'm definitely going to use. I opened up the Tidal Power, the Wave achievement, which gets me access to Fusion servers and Fusion heat transformers. And then I also unlocked the solar-based or space-based solar power. So these things are all going to make me money for the game, but like I said, I kind of just screwed up the stream the last time and decided to scrap it, so we missed out on what, about 37 days of gameplay. So sorry about that. Totally my fault. Wasn't paying attention, didn't realize that my that I had muted myself accidentally. Use my little cough button on my stream deck, but I also have a mute button, and so I muted myself when I meant to. That mutes me just so I can cough there like that. I ended up turning off the audio for the whole second half of my stream, which kind of sucked when I realized it, but I was stuck with it. So I did start building Fusion servers, and what I've done is I put 2 Fusion servers per rack and then fill it with rack coolers. I think with this setup, I actually don't have to do any other cooling in the building, so that's really nice. That's why I do it this way. And however, I do need to purchase more configuration components. As you've seen before, I am not manufacturing too much for myself, and instead relying on a model where I've got my support team and salespeople. I've got a handful. No, I don't have anybody else. So I have no production personnel. I have support, sales, and then I have these outsourcing executives that are buying everything else I need. And what I think I have 200 here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so I have 200 here. And I use a macro tool to place orders row by row. And so one of the next things that I'll have to look at, because I am close to getting into the top 3, number 1 in a couple of these different categories. So I'm gonna look at that. So fun little stream. Why haven't I been on very much? I had been on a pretty good roll. I was streaming several evenings in a row. I started training for my triathlons again. I have a big race coming up at the beginning of June. It's the Escape the Cape triathlon in Cape May, New Jersey. I'm doing the Olympic distance. And so I'm starting to train for that. And it's a little intimidating. I probably last week started overtraining a little bit and kind of burned out. So I'm trying to find that balance. But the last couple days I've been doing like 2-hour bike rides or working in like an hour-long run or heading over to the gym for a swim. So it kind of eats into this time where I could do some streaming. Also, I do an interview show for my World Affairs Council, and I'm getting ready to do a show for the company that I work with, DNS Filter, and so getting those streams up and running is taking some time. So lots of things competing for time. So if I look at this game, like politics shit seems to be kind of blowing up these days, so that's kind of a mess. I've been paying a lot of attention to that. Try not to get too sucked into it though. So, okay. So, if we look at last time, I tanked my potential users because I wasn't paying attention to support, which I've said over and over again is a giant threat. Got to pay attention to support, because if your support drops, users flee the site, and all of a sudden you're spending tons of marketing money getting people back on the site. For several of the sites, I have turned on my second features. I do not have ads running, and I'm just trying to get the user base up to 1 billion views. So let me see. I think this might be the only one, and I don't remember how I left this off. That might be a case where I was losing users and just needed to get some people on. I think otherwise I resold most of these. Oh, I'm close to 2 billion. Oh, I'm gonna make so much money. Oh, I'm so close. Seriously? All right. Let's just do that one. No. And so for 2 of these sites, I'm close to 2 billion users, and I'm gonna be able to renegotiate those contracts. Wow, that is sweet. Okay, so let's in these cases, let's actually turn off auto renew for these deals, and let's make sure that these are pruned so I have the best offers to work with. And I didn't realize I was that close to renegotiating $2 billion contracts, and same here. So let's turn off auto renew. Turn off auto renew, and we will drop these low dollar value contracts, research some new contracts. I think this one wasn't quite as close. This one's not quite as close, and this one's not quite as close. So we'll let those go. And these are all, and that's gonna be nice. Okay, I didn't even realize that was the case. Let's just run the horn here. Support's in good shape. Marketing, I've got a 20 million spend. Hosting, I haven't noticed hosting problems on any of these sites. I added a bunch of servers. I should order some more hosting components. Did I make some notes after my last session? Let's see. I think I've been keeping some notes. Yeah, so order additional TV ad components. So TV ad components, I need to run marketing. Order server components for the hosting. And then adding 3 features to the sites is going to help me get to the number of users needed to become number 1 in each of the categories. If I look at the competitors listing, I'm currently number 2 in video sharing, number 2 in social media, number 2 in streaming, number 2 in shopping, number 2 in dating, and number 2 in gaming. So pretty quickly, as I add these additional users, I'm going to get that number 1 spot. I'm tempted to just turn off my ads and pump money into marketing. That's crazy. I don't need to do that. iDate. So where's iDate? Is that really a million users? Yeah, I gotta get more users. So I'm at 2 billion views. I think that I'm conflating that. I'm not close enough that I'm ready to just make a surge and push for the number 1 spot in those categories yet. I'm very close though. Man, am I close? I think on like some of these sites, gaming, dating, maybe video sharing, I think could be one. I'm gonna have to add a 3rd feature to get over the top of that number 1 barrier, get that achievement. But there's an achievement for getting the world domination, I think, for getting the number 1 spot in every category, and that is what I'm going for. I feel like my background music might be a little loud here. Some of the tracks vary, so some of them are a little louder than others. Yeah, my achievements are in good shape. Let me just check in. Haven't done anything to save the game. 18 of 22. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yeah, so I'm synced up on my little icons there in the corner. And let's see. So 1,000 days in game. That's what's going to happen at the end of the achievement. I'll max out my retirement plan. I will hit 1,000 days in game, and I will bankrupt the company, all within just a few minutes of each other. Number 1 social media website, that's going to happen along with world domination. Resolve 1,000 support tickets, that's totally going to happen just as part of the game to play. Bankrupt will be the last achievement I get because I can't undo that. So one of my rules is no rescue saves, and what I mean by a rescue save is that I can't do something to get an achievement that I have to undo by going back to a save point. And the example that I use is bankruptcy, which I did in my first attempt at this run. If I go bankrupt, I would have to undo that with the save point, but I've already got the achievement, so that violates the rules. World domination, number 1 of all categories. That's what we just talked about. Best support is one. It's not super hard to get, but I've got to do it on purpose. It's not just going to happen as part of gameplay, so I'll show you my trick for that. I can very easily get it every single time. Most people overthink it. That's actually one that like 2% or 0.2% of everybody who plays the game gets, according to what's this stat site, like Exophase keeps track of statistics for that. And this is the least common fast support, the least common achievement anybody gets. I'll show you how to do it. Super easy. Probably won't get to it in this session. And I don't know that this is going to be a super long session or what I'm actually going to do. So let's get some of the TV components and server stuff that I need ordered. So I'm going to load up my macro tool. Base config. All right, so if you haven't seen it, I use Pullover's macro creator, and I created this whole big macro where I basically load a config file to tell it what I want, and it will loop through every row the number of times that I say to order the parts that are specified in that config file. So the file that we're going to look at, I like this track, I like these background. So I'm going to look at two things. I'm going to look at TV ads, which is copywriting, video format, and contract agreements. So we will turn off. We'll do TV ad. And I'm going to order one row of TV ads. We'll play that. Here comes your chime. And we'll order one row here. So the macro tool will click the rep, fill out the form, close the form, click the next rep, and it'll just keep doing that as many times as I told it to do. The clicking of the outsourcing execs using this strategy is probably one of the more tedious things that happens in the game. Relying on outsourcing execs like this is not the only way to play the game, and I'm not sure maybe even the preferred way to play the game. You can hire developers, designers, senior developers to create the parts that you need, but I lean a little bit more towards this strategy of just buying the parts that I need, especially late in the game where I have plenty of cash and I just want to pump up sites as quickly as possible. I'm trying not to worry about managing production. And then Fusion servers is the other one. So we'll order one row of Fusion server stuff. Chime. Here we go. Get those parts ordered. And then we can look at what I need for other features on the site. So that'd probably be the next thing to come in and look at. Maybe even let a couple of days of gameplay go by so that we can see what's going on. The other thing I'm working on tonight is I have my show. I do run an interview show for the World Affairs Council of Greater Reading, where I interview and deliver presentations with experts on world affairs topics. So tomorrow I have a very cool one coming up on China. I have to look up who the guest is, but really looking forward to that. I got to get the stream ready. And then on Thursday, I'm doing a practice stream for the podcast that I'm doing, Not So Critical Update, with a partner that I am connected with through work, and that's sponsored by DNS company or DNS Filter. So I'm excited about these streams, but I'm at the point like I gotta like build out the scenes and transitions and backgrounds and all the graphics and all that to get everything ready for the show tomorrow. So got that going on. All right, let's see where we are in terms of features, comments, functionality. Cool. Am I fully upgraded? Yes, 2 features here. Am I fully upgraded? So I'm looking at the features that I have and if they're fully maxed out. So far, so good. Shopping site. Item listing. Yep, fully maxed out. Dating site. Fully maxed out. Gaming site. Fully maxed out. So I have every feature fully maxed out. Two features fully maxed out on every site. So the next thing I need to look at is where I need to add additional features to get that #1 spot. And I think for a lot of the sites I can do it with 2 features. So social media, I don't need 2 features. Streaming, I might. So video sharing, streaming, shopping, and dating. Video streaming. So what it's saying, I have the leader in the category has 2 billion viewers. I have a maximum capacity of 1.8 billion viewers. So I might be able to get the #1 spot. I don't know how the rounding works. But really, I probably need to add another feature to be able to get the #1 spot in that category. Help desk is one of the features that I'm tempted to build because it'll also help me be more efficient with my help desk employees, my helpers, supporters, and not have to worry about support satisfaction dropping. So I'm tempted to go in that direction. Here's the challenge with help desk, and I actually uninstalled help desk on this site, so I lost some productivity help system. So here's what we need for content management systems. Let me start a document here. Okay, so we need for management. That's not how you spell management. We need 4, I think those are input modules. Yep. 3, what are those? Front-end modules. Module 3 backend modules. And 3 UI sets. Okay, so here's the problem I'm gonna have, is that each outsourcing exec can order 4 components, and it takes a different amount of time to order each of these components. So if this is what I need, content manageable. So what I want to find out is how much time it takes to produce each of these features. Content management module. And let's say I want, let's just say I need 40 to keep it simple. So that's, if I do 400, is that 40 days? 33 days. Okay, so for 400, days. Input module, 400. 6 days. Okay, so that's not bad. So what I need to do is figure out how to split these up so that I can produce a balanced order. 14 days. Because I want the parts all to come in roughly at the same time. I'm not spending a bunch of time sitting around waiting for parts on one order to come in when I've already got parts on the other order. 7 days. And then UI set. Was it 400 UI set? 16 days. If I have to, I actually could split them into smaller bits, but I just need a way to think about this. So, okay, we'll come back to that. Let me just double check that it actually was, I wrote down, oh, 2, not 200, 2 UI set, 200 UI sets. Man, that didn't sound right. Glad I double checked that. It's hard to pay for me to keep track of that kind of stuff sometimes. So what I need is 200 of these. Is 8 days. Oh, because 400 was 16 days. 2 days. Okay, that makes sense. So so that would be a balanced order, but I have to figure out how to split this into a couple parts. So how do we want to do that? I feel kind of dumb for needing a calculator for stuff like this, but it is what it is. So it's 21 days plus 14 is 30. So if I order everything except for the content management modules on one order, that's actually pretty close to balance. We're talking about 35 days and 33 days. So I think that's actually what I'm going to do. All right. And then if I look at, so I put them on different lines. Okay. So I'm going to set this up. So I'm formatting this like I do for my input configuration files for the macro tool. And then what I'll do is I'll copy them into the one-off tool order that I have set up so that I can actually get these placed. 200. All right. So basically, I'm going to take this and copy it into here. I'll save that. And I'm going to then use my macro tool to make order 10 rows of 10. It loops 10 times. I'll tell it to loop 10 rows of 10. of my one-off order. Which should tell 100 people to order 500 units, 400 units each of the, whatever I just was looking at, content management module. 10 loops, 100 users, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm trying to figure, I might have to do it twice. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'll do it 8 times. The problem is if the macro tool can't click, then it'll fail. Because it's gonna, if it gets to here, it'll try and click here, and instead of bringing up the user, it'll bring this up. So just a limitation of the UI. So I'm actually gonna do 8, and then I'll do 2 once it gets to that point. So we'll just change this to 8. Or I guess, no, whatever. I'll do 8. Start that, and then we'll go here. Okay, so I can't touch the mouse or keyboard while that's running, but that's cool. I just need to hope everything is running the way it's supposed to be in the background, because there's nothing I can do about it now. I mean, I could stop the tool if I had to. It's not the end of the world. Yep, so I've got my stream tomorrow for the World Affairs Council. That's at noon, whackWriting.org, if anybody wanted to check that out. Tomorrow's going to be about China. Thursday morning at 11, I'm doing my stream with DNS Filter. That's not going to be public because we're just doing practice streams for the show that we're going to start doing called the Not So Critical Update, which is kind of a play on IT security and privacy. That's going to be a fun show. I do that with security researcher Peter Lowe, who writes the block list for uBlock Origin. So that's going to be pretty exciting. What else do I have coming up? I've been kind of trying to low-key recruit people for kind of a political talk show, because so I'm really annoyed right now by these calls for unity by Republicans who have spent the last 4 years sowing division almost professionally, literally professionally. And now all of a sudden, after 4 years, it's Democrats' responsibility to extend an olive branch. Fuck that. That said, there are more things Americans agree on than disagree on. Healthcare, global warming, tax policy, drug legalization, abortion. I mean, gun control. Most Americans agree on most issues in the ballpark of, 60, 70, 80%. So why are the two parties so vastly divided? Because if you look at 10 issues that 70% of people agree on individually, the chance that any one person agrees with all 10 is significantly lower. So in some of those areas, you could say, as a whole, we agree on all these things, but individually we don't. So you're going to make a compromise here, I'm going to make a compromise there, and we figure out this is how the political system is supposed to work. Instead, what happens is I say, well, I don't support any platform that doesn't include college debt forgiveness. And you say you don't support any platform that doesn't criminalize abortion. And this guy says, well, I don't support any platform that doesn't completely eliminate private gun ownership. And now all of a sudden we've got nothing to really, talk about, because everybody's kind of drawn their line in the sand, and we just got a bunch of freaking tic-tac-toe squares in the sand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, that worked perfectly. So now I need to do 2 more. So the thing I'm exploring is just, I think maybe, like global warming, I think is a good example. So green jobs will create more employment than fossil fuel jobs. Green energy is more sustainable. Fossil fuel is destroying the environment. Okay, most people understand that, agree with that. But when it comes down to it, I like driving my car. Maybe I don't want to give that up. I think culturally we understand what it means to work hard, and we picture hard work as like the guy in the oil field or a guy working a mine. We don't picture a guy in a lab coat standing on a windmill or whatever. Like that's kind of what you picture. And I think it's hard for us as Americans, as a culture, to wrap our minds around that. So my question is, okay, so let's say that's true. Where do we find common ground? What does that mean? Because I think a lot of it is just messaging, right? Like, we're not trying to steal your gas burning engine, but maybe this is something that we need to think about when you're buying your next car, and here's why that makes sense, and here's how we make that sound fun, and all those things. Because the problem, I think, is in a lot of cases, the positions that we have are often just the results of good marketing. Somebody put together an effective campaign that said, this is the way, this is what an American job is, and this is what an American car is, and this is how we live, and this is how we do it. And that doesn't necessarily lead to the outcome that we want. I think another interesting example is like made in America clothing. Clothing made in America is more expensive than clothing made in China or Indonesia. So it's one thing to say made in America, it's another thing to face the reality of paying more for that clothing. Are we willing to do that? And I think, just having some legitimate conversation about, does this actually make sense, could be helpful to us. Is this doing what I expect it to do? Yeah, 35 days. Cool. So just having those kinds of conversations, I think there's some benefit in figuring out, one, why do people think there's more disagreement than there is? MAGA notwithstanding. I mean, those guys are just fucking insane. Why do people think there's more disagreement than there is? How do we talk to each other about the middle ground? And how do we talk to people who aren't talking to us about the middle ground, right? Not everybody is interested in having this conversation, but a lot of people are open to the messaging about these different issues. So how do we talk about that? How do we craft our marketing that promotes the positions that we advocate for, that most people advocate for? And it is not, I think, it's not within the confines of the Democratic or Republican Party, but interestingly, it doesn't need to be a third party either. So I think the Tea Party is an interesting example. They were a relatively small special interest group who leveraged great power in the Republican Party by creating a voting bloc. And it was a voting bloc of enough size that you had to have them on your side. So if we look at our national elections, and the electoral college like has got to go. Gerrymandering has got to go. Like, that's on my platform. But even if we look at the national vote, you're talking about 2, 3, 4% of the population deciding an election. That block of 2, 3, 4% around this group of issues could vote Democrat or could vote Republican or could vote for whoever represents their interests, if we can voice them and stand for them and throw around the political weight that says, if you want this block of votes, you've got to give us something. And this is kind of the philosophy, I think, behind caucuses in the Congress, is that if you want the votes of this caucus, you have to give them something. And we see the formation. I mean, there's a progressive caucus in the Democratic Party, but it's a joke. We see that starting to develop, I think, with the Squad and what some of the Justice Democrats are trying to do. So there's some groundwork for that, but it's still developing, and I think that's the conversation I want to be part of. I actually thought about running for office as a Justice Democrat a couple years ago, and I don't know, man. Every time I think about it, the challenge is I think I would like governing. I think I would be a good legislator. But the politics seems so inherently dishonest and hateful to me. I don't think I could stomach it. I can't tolerate intellectual dishonesty. Like, I'll debate, I'll argue, but if your position is, if you're not defending your position in good faith, if you're cynical, if you're trying to be manipulative, I'm not interested. I don't have any patience for that. Not interested. And I think a lot of politics is that. I think, like, Joe Biden, I think, sincerely believes in bipartisanship and working together. I think he's kind of old school and naive about it. The other thing I think about Joe Biden is that he and Barack Obama oversaw the 8 years that directly led to Donald Trump. So I'm not sure that's the trajectory that I want us to be back on again. But, you know, whatever. He's obviously better than Trump. So it is what it is. But that's one of the other shows I'm thinking about working on. I've kind of started planting some seeds to have those conversations with people. If anybody wants to spend more time talking about politics, but that's one of the things that I'd like to do on this channel. Man, by the time these orders are done being placed, I think I'm going to be close to wrapping up the stream. I do have to get ready for my shows tomorrow. I already got my workout in today. I ride on Zwift. It's pretty cool. If anybody does indoor cycling training on Zwift, you could let me know. We could try to connect, but I'm probably not good enough to ride with a lot of people. I try and join some of the group rides. I get dropped every time. I think part of my challenge is I have an indoor trainer it's not a smart trainer. I just set the resistance. And so I set the resistance all the way maxed out because that's where I feel like I get the best workout. But then I get smashed in the group rides because I can't put out the kind of power just based on speed and cadence that the other guys do, the other riders do. So that's slowing me down a little bit. Oh, I gotta put thing back on here. But yeah, that's what I'm working on. I don't know exactly. I'll try and do a stream again this week, see if I can get a couple more evenings in. But time's getting tighter. I want to like, gaming is not my big thing. I like this game. It's fun. I want to see this challenge through. I think one thing I said on my last stream, probably didn't hear it because I never uploaded it, is that I'm well on track for this achievement. Like I said, I've already got, 18 of 22 objectives achieved already. Not that many. 18 of something, 27. I don't know how many it was. Probably what's gonna happen is I'll get to about day 850 plus or minus and have accomplished everything that we needed to for the challenge, and then just have to run out the clock for 250 days. But we'll find out. We still got a little time before we get to that point, and maybe I'll have a idea of how to come up with that extra, however many $1 trillion to wind this down. I'll get this last little group of orders in here. We'll let the clock run for a couple days and see what's going on in startup company world. And then I'm gonna have to go practice for tomorrow. I'm using new software, so this is on OBS that I'm streaming today on, and that's normally what I use. I've been experimenting with StreamYard, which seems very cool. It's fully hosted, super easy to use. My guests can connect to it very easily, and it's not them dialing into my computer. So another benefit is if I ever get somebody who can help me with the production of the stream, I can share that. It doesn't, if it's on my computer, if it's me running OBS, I have to run every element of it. And I think this will help quite a bit with being able to share that a little bit. We're doing that already with the show that I'm doing at the NS Filter. I have a producer there that I'm going to be working with. I have thought about doing stream production as a consultant to help other people out with their streams. So if anybody needs a producer or a host for their streams, then let me know. Might be able to provide some guidance or point you in the right direction. Got a little hangnail here. still kind of. I think we're just about done here. Ah, a couple left. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna let that game run for a couple days and then we'll probably wrap up. That's about 45 minutes. I haven't had a single day of gameplay yet. Ordered a bunch of parts, and honestly, that's. So now I'm waiting 35 days for these parts to come in. There's not going to be a lot going on. I'll just be spending money on the marketing. Once this wraps up, we'll take a peek at my budget. Okay, there we go. So I'm right now bringing in $50 million a day. I'm spending a ton of money on marketing. Can I see how much I'm spending on marketing? Licensing, TV. Yeah, so 600 million a month. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1.8 billion a month on marketing. So if I killed those ads, then that would definitely contribute to my bottom line. I don't have any ads right now running in this on the gaming site. Let's see where. Just for reference, if I were to turn on an ad, 1.3. So I need to get that back up significantly. So I need to get it up here in the ballpark of like 75, 70, almost 80% capacity before I'm ready to sell those contracts. So I gotta really. Can I bump that up even more with my marketing here? Let's make that 40 million just so we can really scale those up. All right, I'm running the clock. Let's see what happens. Add in users. What's going on? Why are my users growing so fast here? I have ads. What am I doing marketing wise? Okay. Let's see, like 100,000 users a month, a day. That's pretty nice. I'm putting a ton of money into that marketing to really ramp those up. Let's see how we're doing on these. Yeah, 2 billion. So we're getting really close on a lot of these. If I could make a run on a lot of these if I really just wanted to crank up the advertising, but I think I need to starting to see some latency here too. Late in the game like this, things slow down a little bit. It's doing a lot of processing to oh, let me check on my training. This is something I always forget. Promote my support. Oh, do I have all expert supporters? Nice. Okay, so that's an area I made a lot of progress in last time, I imagine, was getting all my supporters upgraded and training. One problem I had last time is I set too many people to training and didn't have enough people to work on my tickets. So let's keep an eye on that. Oh, see. What, Tuesday? I think I have too many. All right, we got to stop the train. I can't have everybody training at once. I'm going to screw myself again. All right, let's stop training. I got everybody promoted. Then if we look at game, let's see. These tickets will start getting assigned then again. Already dropping my support. To work, guys. There we go. So now we got people working on these tickets again. Oh, can we keep them happy? Get these tickets resolved. Let's go, let's go, let's go. And now we get them resolved. Oh, probably. I'm spending enough on marketing that we're not losing a ton of users. Oh, look at that. Okay, so let's adjust here a little bit. Do I have the clock stopped? Alright, clock is stopped. I should have my 2 billion users now, so let's jump in here and add some video ads. Ooh, not quite. Really? At 85%? I'm nervous about maxing that out now. Maybe I should be at 1.5 billion for my ads just so that I have some wiggle room. Alright, let's let that grow a little bit more here. Oh, my contract's expired on these sites. Let's see if we can negotiate these. So I'm looking at shop. Negotiate some contracts. Nope. I'm at 87%. I don't look. Man. How many views do I have? I can probably get to 2 billion, but what I'm worried about is that puts me at 90%. If I have any fluctuation in my user base, then I lose that. You know what? Let's just do it. So I'm going to delete the ads because that'll increase the satisfaction with the site and accelerate growth. And I'll do the same thing here. And then these should pretty quickly get to 100% of the user base. I think I'm already doing the same thing here. So we'll let those break 90%. And then we'll come in and sell those ad slots. Probably losing some money now, but we'll get these renegotiated here. All right, so let's turn our marketing back. We'll make that 2 million. We'll make this 2 million. Don't want to turn it off completely, just to help absorb little minor fluctuations and support and whatever day-to-day whatnots. Okay, let's negotiate some contracts here. If we put video ads back on, I'm sure that we'll be at 2 billion. Oh, I'm still short. All right. I was a little too quick to dial these back. Too quick to dial these back. This one probably is at 2 billion. I don't know. I'm nervous about selling these. Let's do it. Whatever. The only thing is if I don't fulfill the impressions that I sell, I get a penalty on the ads. And so I'm just a little worried about over promising and under delivering because then I have to pay a penalty. But all that said, I'm gonna make way more. So I probably don't need to worry about it. All right. Let's sell these. Okay, shop. Shopping. 2 million, 10 days. Negotiate. And this is pretty much the entirety of my negotiating strategy, is take them up as high as possible and then come down one slider width at a time until I'm hopefully in the 1250-ish range. All right, take that. Want to renew them. Same thing here. Sometimes I get 860 offers, and those I can definitely get up in the 1250. I think I've had them maybe even as high as 1280 from time to time, once or twice. But if I'm starting at 840, it's a little bit harder to get them up that high. So we'll just see what we can do. Can pretty consistently get them to 1250, sometimes 1240. I'm gonna try it again. Hey, look at that, 1260. All right, one more. So I've got an 840 in reserve, meaning this is an 840 opening bid, but I have another 840 opening bid also. So if I can't get, like, I'll go as low as probably 1240, but I don't want to go any lower than that. So if this guy gets snippy as I get to the 1250 range, then I can hold my ground a little bit and not have to worry too much. I'm gonna try. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Okay, so we got those locked in. Let's check on the dating site. Okay. Already. Oh, didn't close that. Add our features. Turn down our marketing. We'll negotiate some contracts. Oh, let's see, there's an 860, so I want to try and get this guy to like 1280 if possible. I guess I don't want to be too aggressive, but like I really should be in like the 1270 range. This guy. So we'll follow the pattern. This is what's, yeah, he's still coming up to me. Still coming up. There we go. I was gonna go back up. He didn't meet me at 1270. So I'll take that. I'll take that. Again, on these, probably looking to be like 1240, 1250 on the 10-day bid for this many impressions. I think getting these negotiated is gonna be the end of the stream today. Nice, nice. All right, one more. Just follow the strategy. We'll check on the gaming site, do the same thing. I think I'm ready for the negotiations there. Oh, see, this guy's not gonna be happy. He's probably gonna leave the negotiation. I'm not gonna come down too much more. Do I want to take 1240? Yeah, all right. I said before the negotiation that 1240 was in my range, so I'll take it. All right, now let's check on this site. If we add our video ads, 2 billion in view, 2 billion impressions. So let's sell it. Turn down the marketing. Close some sales. There we go. We're looking to get 1270 range for these impressions. I don't love. I don't want to piss this guy off, but like, if I can't get, if I had to go any lower than that, it would have been better off just taking one of the other contracts. I'm a little annoyed that I couldn't get that guy up in my range, but possibly at this higher level, just because I'm dealing with more impressions, I have to adjust that. I know in the like 1 billion views range, I was getting more, I think, but part of the dynamic of the game could just be that as you're dealing with this many more impressions, it's just offset by the total value of the contract, which I haven't even looked at. I mean, my daily payment is 24 million just for this contract. Oh, I didn't mean to offer him quite that amount, but all right, whatever. One more to deal. I guess he got over on me because I wasn't paying attention. I was too busy talking. And here again, I've got more in the bank. I've got more offers like this, so I don't have to be needy about it. But if I get him to 1240, I'll take it. I'm not going to chase him off out of spite, but I'm also not going to undercut myself. All right, so these are all set up. What am I making now? Oh, 250 million a day. That is beautiful. So let's ramp up these ads. Let's make this 50. 50. I really get these users in. I don't need 520 billion, but million. It's even it's still making 160 million a day. My user count's gonna skyrocket. Nice. Here I'm not getting a ton of new users, but as long as I stay on top of my support and don't lose users, I'll be okay. Do I have ads running here? So I'm actually gonna, oh, hey, #1 social media site. So I got an achievement, which was, let me see, which one did I get? That was, I think it's the Zuck. Let's go check on it. Save game. Check my achievements. I think it was, yeah, that one. Zuck, there we go. Okay, so let's update it in my little toolbar here. And there we go. I am the Zuck. Save the game. All right. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to cancel the contract renewals for these. And then if I am not yet at the 2 billion, I'll do the same thing I did with the other sites and kill the ads so that I can go viral, and not too far away on that one. I think I'll get there. Okay, we're waiting for parts to deliver. What are these guys doing? How far away are these? 97 hours. So I'll probably do another round of orders for the help desk parts there on these two, just to keep them busy while I'm waiting for the other stuff to come in. Things look to be in pretty good shape. Let's just check on support while we're here. Looks good. Looks good. Mm-hmm. 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 Okay. Okay. And if we look at the competitors, social media, plot shopping, dating. Oh, so I'm number 1 in dating and gaming. I need shopping. 95% there. I wonder if I can get over the top in shopping. Let's turn that marketing back on. So I'm number one, shopping, streaming and sharing. Oh yeah. All right, you know what? Let's all right, I've got them on. Marketing. Okay. I might make it in this push. I'm gonna play a little bit longer. I could be close in this session to getting world domination. And if I do that, there's not a lot else that I have to worry about. What are these? Are these the server parts coming in? Oh, they are. Go turn on those other servers. Right? I feel it lagging a little bit more here. Oh, I almost had enough parts. Almost had enough to max everything out. All right, shopping site. Let's dial back the marketing. Did that get me to number 1 in shopping? Number 1 in shopping. 1, 2, shopping. Okay, so if I can get there in streaming and video sharing. Oof. Come on, let's do it. Oh, I'm feeling antsy. How much more can I put into the... Oh, my ads ran out. TV commercials. Let's go, let's go, let's go. And let's run live streaming commercials. And we'll make these 20, 1, 2, 3. 20 each. Same thing for the sharing site. TV commercial for the landing page, TV commercial for the video functionality. We'll make them 20 million each. Socials maxed out, so let's dial back this spend. We'll make that 2 million. Put it at a maintenance level. All right, how are we looking? So revenue is still 220 million a day. These sites are close to maxed out. 2,000, 2,000, 2,000. Support looks good. Server usage looks good. Oh, this is exciting. I feel like I'm gonna get it. I can just streaming and social media. If I can get the video sharing. If I can get video sharing and streaming to tip over, man, you know what? I'm gonna spend even more. Hold on. So let's make these 50 and 50. Just market the shit out of these companies. Okay. And whose contracts just expired? All right, that's the social site. Definitely want to renew these. So let's get some deals going. Oh no. What? What? No way. I don't believe it. Show me some views here. There we go. Oh, all those contracts expired. Oh, sweet, sweet, sweet. Okay, so on this site, I'm going to delete the ads. On the streaming side, I'm going to delete the ads. I feel like I'm making kind of like frantic decisions here, panic decisions. I'm putting the long-term growth of my company at stake for short-term gain to get to number one in each of these categories. But I don't care. I don't care. If I get world domination, if I get the world domination achievement out of the way, that's like the only other one that's really kind of like half hard. And if I don't have to worry about it, then even better. We'll renew those. He's pretty far away. I don't think I'm gonna get him there. Oh, okay. I'll take 1240. I thought he was gonna leave the negotiations. He got upset pretty early. That was a little bit of a red flag, but I got him across the finish line. 1240 is my goal. So I'll take it. Won't look a gift horse in the mouth. I was watching Vikings the other day, the final season, and one of the Vikings, I think, made a reference to looking a gift horse in the mouth, and for some reason that really stood out to me as like strange that a Viking would say that. And I don't know if that's I don't know, it just seemed out of place given that they normally pay pretty close attention to, like, I don't know how historically accurate it is, but a lot of the characters are real life characters. It seems like they make an effort to make stuff kind of like true to the period, if nothing else. And that phrase just struck me as out of place. But I don't know. I guess. All right, so let's watch my user count skyrocket for these sites. Oh, look at that. 250,000 new users every single day. Is that going to get me to the top of the charts in those last two categories? I don't know. I feel like in one of these it's not going to quite be enough, but still got some room to grow here. Maybe it'll tip over. Oh, I'm there in streaming. Can I get there in video sharing? Can I get there in video sharing? No. Did not get there in video sharing. That's what I was afraid of. So for video sharing, I'm gonna have to add another. I have 1.88 user, 1.88 billion users, and the tube has. Can we see how many they have? 2 billion users. So I am going to, my maximum is 1.8. I'm gonna have to add features, and I think the help desk feature is gonna get me there, but I can't do it without adding another feature. on the video sharing service. So, all right, I'm maxed out. We're gonna cut these back. We're just gonna make it 2 million, and I'll pause that. We'll make this one the same. 2 million and a pause. We'll sell some ads and we'll have to upgrade some features. So let's get these contracts. Oh, that is not ideal. Hmm. I didn't have great contracts there ready to be sold. I'm gonna have to undersell these a bit. I don't love that. My other offers were like 740. That's crazy low for starting offers. What are my salespeople doing on this site? I have to have a talk with those guys. I don't know what's going on. Man, 780. You're bringing garbage here. What are you doing, dude? How am I supposed to negotiate from that starting point? That's crazy. You must not like commissions. I don't know, Edith. Ooh. I do not like where this negotiation is going. Man. That is not great, but you know what? Just gonna... If that's the biggest problem I'm gonna have, I'm doing alright. I just gotta get you guys over the finish line here. Like a full dollar under where I should be with these contracts. You people. I don't know, man. Alright, and then the streaming site gets the last one. Get some contracts sold here. Give me... Okay, this is a little bit better. At least you gave me something to work with. Man, come on now. Oh, yes, I love that 1280. To get that locked in all day, every day. Love it, love it, love it. And how far are we? Man, those parts are still a couple days away. That sucks. As soon as those things come in, man, and upgrade that video sharing site with that #1 spot. It's right there for me. Wait, what did I do? I offered him less than he... That's what I get, not paying attention. And I gave away the last contract without having something to... Wow. 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 That's just me being way out of it, not paying attention at all. I gotta find a contract for this person to even negotiate. Got nothing. Nothing. Alright, here we go. I just gotta get you on contract. Can't have you sitting there idle. All right, here we go. Back on track. All right, everybody's got a contract, and we are making 400. I don't know. I was skeptical before, but maybe I can get there. I'm still spending this much on the advertising. What's my advertising on the streaming site? My marketing. Not that. Yeah, man. Wow. I don't know. Maybe I can get there. That's not quite enough, but it's getting pretty close. Did I hire researchers? No, I never hired researchers. So the ad blocking is kind of out of the question at this point. That I don't think I have time to go back and research. I mean, I could hire a bunch of researchers and try to get that. How many desks do I have available? 35 desks. I'd have to get rid of a bunch of my... How far away are we on this? 35 days? 33 days? And these are 35 down here. Alright, we'll just chill for a little bit here. Support looks mostly under control. User counts under control. Servers are under control. I'm not in terrible shape. I'm just thinking about if I could possibly get to $1 trillion. What would have to happen? I don't know, man. I just don't see it. Making some money from this. Not a huge amount of money, but making a little back from these investment projects, so that's kind of nice. I don't feel like I'm playing super smart right now because I'm just trying to kind of make a bum rush for the #1 in all these categories thing. But I'm still holding on in all these, right? Yeah, I just got to get there in video sharing. So I got to add some more capacity. In 2 days, I'm going to have the components I need. I should be able to blow past that pretty quickly because I'll open up a bunch of new users. And then I'll just have to decide what to do from there. I think I can make similar. I don't know how far this order is going to get me. But I think I can make similar moves on in some of the other categories once I get there in this one. Is this order? Once this order comes in, I should be able to pretty well max out. There we go. And that's it. That's the end of my orders, right? All right, let's stop the clock here. So one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to buy this site. And I'm going to buy this site. And I think I'm gonna buy this site. Don't want any other sites? Sure, why not? Maybe I'll buy every site in this category. The rest of these are kind of cheap. And I'm just gonna merge these all right in. Once I add the features, why not? Just buy every one of these up. Alright, and this is the sharing site. So the other thing we're gonna do is go tell our... I don't know if I want... I think I'm gonna go to... What am I getting here? 2.3. So I'm gonna go to 2.8. I just don't want to like totally max it out. Okay, then we'll come in here and we're going to add a feature, and we will add help system. And I should be able to max this out. Let's see. Let's see how far we can go. Oh yeah. All right, fully maxed out. Now, we're going to come back on the competitor's side and start merging all these sites. Into my sharing site. And this will give me, without having to spend any more money on marketing, all of these users that I now have just bought off of the market. And this should easily put me over the top and make me the #1 video sharing site, and thereby achieve world domination, because I'm already the #1 site in every other category. Are we ready? So let's see, they have how many users? Almost 2 billion on the nose. So let's see what happens to our user account. All right, are we ready? Here comes world domination. World domination in 3, 2, 1. Now. World domination now. Now, world domination. Here we go. Here we go. Just slowing down. Go, 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 go. Boom, there we go. World domination achievement unlocked. #1 website in every type of the game. Here we go. Video sharing service, #1. Social media, #1. Streaming service, #1. Shopping service, #1. Dating platform, #1. Gaming platform, #1. 1, 2. YouTube is still in the top 5. I don't know if I probably can't get them edged out altogether, but the tube can hang around. The tube is good to me in real life. I like the tube. I don't have to crush them and destroy them and make sure that they're not actually a company anymore, but I am the dominator of the world. Okay, boom. That is a fun way to end the game. Man. All right, let me turn that on. I'm gonna hit a save game here, of course. And let's check on the achievements. World domination, where are you? What? World domination! That is awesome. Super, super exciting. So let's turn world domination on in my little tabs up there. There we go. All right, what's left? So fast support. Fast support really is like it. How do I not have 1,000 support tickets already? Where's that support? Resolve 1,000 support tickets? Have I seriously not resolved 1,000 support tickets? That seems crazy. Does it show me how many? Maybe is that for a single site? Yeah, that's for a single site. Okay. It's not 1,000 support tickets in total. Definitely. But even, oh, that one too. I'm so close. Oh, I'm so close. I'm going to get it right now. Here it comes. We're going to get it right now. 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 1,000. Support. Resolve 1,000 support tickets. Boom. Done. Got another achievement. Oh, I'm so close. So support is this one. Let's turn that on in my bar. Boom. Got that one. Oh, I'm so close. What is addicted? Okay, so 1,000 days in game is addicted. Bankrupt is going to be the last one. Otherwise, I have fast support and all my retirement ones. So I basically am done at this point. I mean, I'm basically done. I have achieved, except for fast support. And I don't have, so the retirement one, I have to have what? Let's see, I have to have 3.5 billion, I think, for the final retirement. So to retire with I don't know if I could retire with, well, yeah, if I sold, so I could do everything today, right now, except for 1,000 days in game. Because I have everything I need to get fast support. I'm going to use this crew right here. I can sell my sites to max out my retirement fund to get the highest level of the retirement investment. And I can bankrupt myself very easily. So at this point, with I'm 721 days in, of 279 days to get fast support, which again, it's going to take minutes once I'm to that point that I'm ready to just pull the trigger. And then I just got to figure out how to make as much money as possible. You know what I'm saying? Man, maybe I gotta think about the ad blockers. Because if I do ad blockers, I can make more money. Let's see what I'm spending in marketing on each of these sites. Okay, good. Good. Okay. Okay. So at 2 million, that's basically maintenance level marketing. I mean, it's not nothing. It's 600 million a year, but compared to my daily income, you know, that could be 420 or whatever, 425 instead of 416. But if my goal is a trillion, so I need to make 992 billion dollars. What would that be? So 1,000 million billion trillion minus 8.27177,157. All right, let's just call it 992,000 million billion. All right, 2,000 million. More zeros. A trillion's a big number. I'm having a hard time even keeping track. I need another 0. And I've got how many days left? I've got 280 days. God, I'd have to be making $3.5 billion a day. $3.5 billion a day instead of $500 million a day. I don't see how that's feasible. I don't think $1 trillion is possible. What are the valuations on these sites? So even if I sell all the sites, we're still talking about another 100 billion. I could build other sites, I guess. Maybe just cycle like building up sites super fast and selling them off. Just buy shitloads of homepage components. Max out users on homepage components at level 7,000. Could that work for me? I wonder how much I could sell them for. I mean, even if that got me 10, let's say that gets me 10 billion a pop. Basically half of this. I have 2 features here. I could sell it with 1 feature for 10 billion. Fully maxed out on users. How many of those would I have to do? I'd still have to do 1,000 of those. I don't think I could do 1,000 of them in that many days. Yeah, I just don't see it. Is it 1,000 or is it 100? I feel kind of confused by this now. So if I got 10 billion for it, and I needed 1,000 billion, I'd have to do it 100 times. I might be able to build and sell 100 sites in 280 days. I might be able to do that. So what would that look like? Let's just try one. Can I start a new site? Let's create a new site. Do a social media site, and we'll call this. Oh, let's call it Parlor. They've been having a rough week, so I'm gonna trash Parlor. We're gonna add a landing page feature. Oh, I don't have the parts to upgrade it. Okay, well, do I? Oh, right. Forgot. We gotta kind of just go back to the beginning and do this all, don't we? Then I'll have my... Man, it's been so long. I forget how to... We're going like way back to the beginning. Forgot about all this. Upgrade, we'll upgrade that straight away to Fusion Framework. And we'll delete these ads. We will upgrade the site. And let's see where we are here. It's a lot of clicking. So I'd need more of these components. I mean, I could do a couple sites this way just with what I have on hand right now. But definitely would need more of those components. So then I'll need some more marketing materials. I can't do too many more of these. And then let's just say it's... So here's where I got to figure out what it's actually going to be worth to do this too. So let's just say it's 10 million. Make it 50. And I want to see... Oh, forgot to give it some hosting resources. I gotta mess with the hosting. So am I gonna make more money? Am I gonna make more money building out a site or just selling advertising on the existing site? So what are these contracts worth? So if I look at the gaming site, how much am I making? How do I see that? Doesn't show me my contract value. Oh, revenue. Okay. So I'm making $750 million in ad sales every 30 days on a site that's worth $20 million. So if I sold that site, if I sold a site like that every 3 months, I'd break even. If I could do it faster than that, if I could sell it, I wonder how many days it would take me to build up a site and sell it like that for 10 billion. I'd have to be able to do it how long? Oh, and that's just for one site. So basically we're saying 750. So I'm making $2.25 billion a month. And I've got how many days? So I'd have to do that every, I think it might be worth it. So 4.4 months. Depends on how fast I could build up those sites. If I could build those sites up fast enough and sell them, I might be able to do that. All right, we're gonna consider it. Let me think about whether I want to make a run for $1 trillion or not. I mean, I'm not gonna have much else to do. I'm pretty much at this point done with every achievement that's gonna take any amount of time. Fast support is literally the only one. I could probably do that right now if I wanted to. These are all pretty comparable. Get out of here, Joker. Just like in real life. All right, whatever. Yeah, so I'll think about that. Maybe I do want to go to number one. $1 trillion. I'll have to think about. We can play with that next time. Next time, we'll probably knock out fast support, and then it's just going to be kind of a race to the end to see how much money we can make. I'm not going to get to $1 trillion just on selling ads. I'm thinking about if I could get there based on building sites, boosting the users, and then just flipping the sites. So I'll spend a little time thinking about what that might look like to do a strategy like that. And since I have achieved everything else, again, except for fast support, maybe we'll do fast support and then just play around with like do a throwaway save, not a rescue save, because I won't get any achievements. But we'll just do a throwaway save and see what it would look like to start building out and selling sites like that. How much money I could actually make like that? It'd be about 10 billion a pop. Could I do 100 of those? Maybe I could. Just have to make a shitload of homepage components, but I can do that. I've got all these outsourcing execs just sitting here. All right, I'm thinking about it. Feels like it's a possibility. I kind of had convinced myself that it wasn't going to be possible, but I think there might be an option there. All right, so let's check in a couple days. I don't know when I'll be on again. If I'm streaming, like I said, I've been doing a bunch of long rides in the evenings. I got a couple big streams coming up the next couple days, so maybe Thursday night, or maybe something over the weekend, and we'll keep in touch. But hey, you know, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Twitch, like the video, whatever you got to do. Stay in touch. I spent a lot of time talking about politics stuff today, so let's keep doing that. And stay safe, stay healthy. Don't get in any trouble. We'll talk again soon. Later, guys.